We always think that authoritarian government is full of bureaucrats and they are inflexible, but they ain't. They learn rapidly. We are really heading to we are already in a police state. We are heading to the directions of full repressions. We are really incorporating into the systems of China where rights of detainees, rights of protesters are deprived completely. There are undercover cops. Not only they were monitoring and surveillance on people, they will also make real arrests and incite violence. They threatened journalists, they threatened young activists with jail time and also harassment.
Three police officers escorted me from the police station after I was detained 24 hours after the July 28 protest in Central.
I was dragged by the policemen into a circle of 7 police officers, and I was punched in the face, pushed on the ground.
I was apprehended and arrested for obstructing police officer. After 24 hours, the police officer escorted me back to my home to do a house search.
全部都係警察而家嘗試緊，就係用各種嘅方法、各種不合法、不合規矩嘅手法，去嘗試令到香港人唔再要走出嚟去示威，因為佢要去釋出一個訊息。佢訊息就話：如果你要行出嚟嘅話，你嘅權利就預咗要被剝奪，你就係預咗要俾人騷擾，你嘅屋企人就係預咗冇安寧，要擔心害怕。
It's not the matter of the structure of your opponent. It's the matter of a level between the fear and the enthusiasm in the society. If the fear is large, you don't really need a lot of police. If, however, the fear disappears, which happened in Sudan, where people went on the street after hundreds of them were slaughtered, then all the police and the military in the world cannot preserve the status quo. Your opponent, mostly the oppressive government, wants to increase the level of fear, and then they need to do something a little bit more terrible. But that's a very dangerous game for them, because there is that much that you can go in a modern world. It is the fear and apathy. These are your enemies, not the police apparatus. When you look at the nonviolent movements in the history, they have 3 principles upon which they build their success. First principle is the principles of vision and unity. Obviously, the majority of the protesters are unified about their demand. Second one is planning, and we do see a lot of plannings in terms of doing short, dispersive, hit and run demonstrations as opposed to the one concentrated effort. What this protest lacks, and what I'm most concerned about in Hong Kong, is the third very important component of successful movements, and that's nonviolent discipline. Violence is the most powerful contaminant to nonviolent movements. Fighting in any kind of violence with the security forces is something that will lead you inevitably to the failure, because the state has monopoly on violence. That's the part of the social contract on which every state in the world is based on. You can bet that a small group of radicals, agent provocateurs, or drunk people that start breaking property or throwing stones will take all the press and all the positive coverage of the movement, which is why it is so important for Hong Kong movement, as in any movement in the world, to tackle these groups.
Having Hong Kong to fight on their own is not enough. We will need every help from international community because we are such a small city-state. We are fighting against the most powerful authoritarian regime in the world. It was proven that non-violent tactics cannot not just mobilize people in the country, but also gain the support of international community. By saying this is a revolution, yes, I agree, this is a revolution. We need a revolution. Legitimate, like people deserve this revolution. A lot of people might be pretty afraid of this slogan because they thought revolution means bloodshed and revolution means violence. Not really, right? There are peaceful revolution. We have been living under an authoritarian regime for 22 years. We were promised with universal suffrage and a government that truly represented people. And that didn't happen. One country, two systems is rotten. And we will need a systematic change to make things right, to fix the system. So indeed, we do need a revolution.